for the network marketing side of it, the membership side of it. And then we will also, of course, in an upcoming webinar, we'll be talking about the compensation plan for the life side and the commission side of it, because one of the great things that we love the most about this business is that you get paid in two ways. You get paid in sharing this amazing opportunity in the membership plan and the residual income that can come from that. And then, of course, you also get paid from introducing people to a Tranont wealth advisor or wealth specialist who can help them with their finances. And of course, there's the way to split commissions on that, which we will be talking about on a later webinar. But we are really excited today to be talking about the compensation plan. And before we jump into that, I want to just make sure that everyone is connected and plugged in to all of the trainings and all of the resources that Tranont has available. It is amazing to me at such a early stage in the game with a brand new company like this, how many resources they already have available for us. And so I just really want to make sure everyone is aware of all of those different websites and the different resources that are out there, and I want to make sure that you guys are getting plugged into that. So first of all, I just want to come over here to the home page. And by the way, always remember on the right-hand side of your screen in the control panel of the GoToWebinar, there's a place to answer or ask questions. So make sure that if you have any questions as we're going through all of this information on any of our webinars, that you ask the questions over there on your little control panel of your GoToWebinar screen. So I want to just go over briefly, like I said, some of the different tools and websites that are available to make sure everyone is aware of them. First of all, we are looking right now at the Tranont.com home screen. There's a lot of stuff on this website. It's a great website to send people to, as well as the website that you have as part of, as part of Tranont and that you get with your membership. But in addition to your website, this is also a great website for yourself and for your prospects to look at. But if you see here on the home screen, the first and foremost is over up here in the top right-hand corner is the member login. This is where we have all of our tools and resources right here. Now, we are going to be combining this into a single username and login to access all of this. So right now it is a little bit tricky because you have to have a different username and password for each one of these. So please make sure you put these down in your phone, create a contact in your phone, and for each one of these just put Tranont OneView in your phone and then add the username and password in there, or make sure that you have access to the emails that were sent to you when you first signed up. There's a lot of really good things in here, and today when we talk about the comp plan, we are going to be referring to some different numbers, and a lot of those numbers we will be pulling from the Associate Center, for example. So first and foremost, let's talk about this Tranont Associate Center. This is basically your back office tools that allows you to access all the information of your team, your volume that you have, and everything else. This is your ID, the ID that you got when you first joined. And so make sure that you pull this up if you don't have it already. And you're going to want to come in here and you're going to want to look at all of your different reports. You can look at downline. You can see all of the different activity that's going on. You can see the PV, the group volume, all of which we are going to be explaining today. And I was just playing around with some of this, but there's a lot of different tools and ways to view your team under here. And so you can also look at different reports that are available. You can enroll a new distributor from in here. You can go in and manage your payment information. For example, under your auto ship manager, you can come under here and go under payment information, and you can change this if you ever need to update your credit card information. Sometimes people want the membership to come out of their Tranont card that you got when you joined Tranont. So maybe you want to update that. Lots of back office type stuff in here. There's a message center with an inbox. This is kind of an inner office type email back and forth. Obviously, we're not using that a whole lot right now, but we may get to that more in the future. But right now, there's just a lot of good activity. You can see your account. You can update your personal information, your address information. All of this information can be updated on your back office. There's a lot of company, news that we can put back here and messages that we can use for back here, which, doesn't have anything in it right now. But this is where we're going to be able to put a lot of this information. So you can go back here and mostly get your downline report and see their personal volume and what kind of volume is coming in, which we are going to show you as we walk through the compensation plan. Of course, you can change your profile picture, update your your information, contact information, all that kind of stuff. That is your back office as far as Tranont Associate Center. That's where you're going to be tracking your team. That's when you can get where you can get their contact information, see how many points they have, things like that. Now, the other one that is just mind-blowing to me how powerful this is the My Tranont, and that's down here in the bottom left-hand corner. My Tranont is where you would go to access kind of like your marketing back office. This is what you use for all of your marketing. Now, I think this is a phenomenal way to track what we call income producing activity, because you're always looking for 5 a day, and that could be sending a text, sending somebody a video, adding a new contact, putting a post on social media, adding a to-do item or something like that. This is all very, very powerful under here. You can even create your own QR codes back here that you could email someone, or that you could put on a business card. You could send somebody an email. You could do all sorts of stuff back here. And I use this a lot for my contacts, kind of like a CRM, client contact management database, customer relationship management database. So you can come under here and you can see all of the different contacts that you have, and you can contact each one of them. You can put stars next to them to see how, kind of to prioritize them. You can see that you can sort them by points, and a lot of that has to do with activity. So if as you can see, I've got a hot prospects that you can click on under here, and you can see that there's a lot of ways to categorize and organize these. Now, if you come under here and you send somebody an email through this back office, and you choose one of these contacts, and then that person ends up seeing or going to the link that you sent them. Like, let's say we send them an email, and then they click on that email and go to the web page that we sent them, or watch the video that we sent them. Well, then that gives them points, and so that helps to prioritize them as far as on a hot list. That helps them to kind of be moved up that list. And so you're going to want to use this manage marketing tool back here to manage all of your customers, and just making sure that they are being, that you're not losing, that you're paying attention to the most important people on your hot list, and that you're moving people up to the top of your hot list. This is also where you can manage your site back here, and you can change, your site information, as you can see right here. So there's your logo, or your link. If you want to know what your link is to your particular website, that is back here under this back office, this marketing back office. You can go under your profile section here, my profile, and this is where you can actually change your username. That will change your website. So ours is morganmoney.mytranont.com. Yours is going to default to like the first name, last name, or the first part of your email address. So you would probably want to come in here and change this to something that is maybe a little bit more marketing friendly, something that you want to be able to market yourself with. And that, of course, is where you're going to change that, which is under your profile. The other amazing thing to me is, I know I'm going pretty quick through all of this, because there's also a lot of social media tools back here and a lot of different profiling or prospecting tools. I love this autoresponder. That's one of my favorites, where you can create drip campaigns, and you can have all that top of the mind awareness that is very, very powerful. But the reason why I'm going through this pretty quick right now, we can do trainings on some of this later. However, if you click over here under training, it is amazing how much training there already is. If you want to learn how to do a one-click email, just watch this 4-minute, 58-second video, and that'll tell you how to do it. I just mentioned a minute ago the drip campaigns. If you go under Mastering My Tranont, if you go down here to the Power of Autoresponders, that little video will walk you through exactly how to do that. If you want to learn how to do social media through your Tranont back office, there's videos on that. How to create the QR codes, videos on that. Lots of great training in here in the back office under the marketing back office. So there's really actually kind of two back offices, one to track your downline and points and things like that, your commissions, and where to update your credit card information, and all of those tools are under the Tranont Associate Center. And then the My Tranont is more of your marketing center. Now, obviously, in this same screen is where you can get to your Tranont One View and your Tranont Defend. I talked about this last week. If you have not had your own experience, if you have not had, if you have not set up your Tranont One View and your Tranont Defend and had your computer cleaned and all of that kind of stuff, you need to do that. That is very powerful for you to be able to share your Tranont experience and help people to see what it is that they can benefit from joining Tranont. So that is all under this member login. There's 4 different ones. You can also click on Tranont Tools, and that goes over to all of the marketing where you can order your business cards and your shirts and name badges and all sorts of stuff over here. So there's a lot of really cool information, lots of resources that are available for you, and it's all under Tranont.com. Just click on the member login up there on the right, in the right-hand corner. Now, the last thing to point out is under meetings and events. Under meeting and events, if you click on training, it will ask you for a password. That is capital T-R-A-N-O-N-T. So Tranont at the @1, just the number 1. And so that will allow you to get under the training here. This is for all of us licensed people. This is where you can get training on how to illustrate some of these different products. There's different recorded webinars in here on the different life insurance products and annuities that we can sell. There's a lot of different benefits to looking at these trainings from an educational standpoint if you are licensed and writing the business. Now, also down here that I wanted to point out to everyone on this call, since we're primarily focused on the recruiting side and the marketing side on this particular webinar, down here at the bottom is how to set up and get started with OneView. So if you have not set up your OneView yet, this is the webinar that you need to watch. Now, if you've noticed, the corporate has been sending out a lot of emails with different trainings. So they're offering trainings every week. Sometimes it's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, depending, but there are a lot of trainings that they are providing for us. And all of those webinars are recorded, and they are put in here in the back or under this training tab on Tranont.com. So this is where you would go to watch those. This is where you could learn how to set up your OneView. And then here, of course, is another training on the residual compensation plan, which is what we are going to talk about today. So lots of good information. Hopefully this is helpful and you can see where you can go to get all of the information that you need, because there are lots of resources available to you to make sure that you are the most successful in your business and that you have access to all of these resources. So please make sure that you are familiar with all of these different websites and the different tools that are available. Now, with that being said, I want to jump into the topic of today, which is the compensation plan. So as you can see, we are back here on Tranont.com. If you just come to the home page, and you're welcome to follow along if you want to on your end, but we are on Tranont.com, and under profit is the compensation plan. Now we are going to go over the residual portion of the compensation plan today so that you can kind of get a good feel for how you can make money with this even without a license. That's what I love about this. The last company I came from, you really couldn't make any money unless you were licensed, and this company offers a tremendous compensation plan for those that you don't even have a license and that aren't even splitting commissions. So to me, we need to understand just how profitable this can really be, because there are several ways to make money with Tranont. As you can see here with these bullet points, there's the monthly team bonus, there's the Jeep bonus, there's the life bonus, there's 3 separate bonus pools, there's the Tranont Life commissions that we talked about, splitting commissions, promotional trips and incentives. They are on a cruise right now as we speak, actually, and retail preferred customer acquisition bonus. So you can actually make money just even selling the individual products, which we can maybe touch on briefly as we're going through this. So as you can see, a nice little breakdown of each one of these, the monthly team bonus and how that works, which we'll break down as we pull up this compensation plan, the Jeep bonus and the details of that, $500 a month towards a Jeep, and as you can see, they are very, very good looking, and of course they just want a Jeep in every parking lot in the country to help advertise for Tranont. So that would probably, in my opinion, be one of the most profitable things that you could do for your business, more so than getting a license. I know a lot of people talk about getting a license when they first come on board. My opinion is that you will make more money driving around a Jeep than having a license, because it all starts with spreading the word, getting the word out, telling people about what Tranont is, and then of course the licensing can come after that. So I would highly recommend that everyone be ultra focused on getting their Jeep in their first 30 days. That is very, very doable, and it's something that we can help you with. We just need to help you get a game plan together and figure out how many people you can talk to in a week, and just have them get on the phone with us, and we'll be doing some live webinars as well. But everyone should be hyper focused on that Jeep. Then of course there's the life bonus. It's basically like it's almost like a matching plan with a 401k or a pension. They're actually giving you up to $500 a month for your own investments, and we'll go over that here when we're looking at it. And of course bonus pools that are available, and it's, as you can see here, it breaks down the different percentages that they put into these bonus pools, and then you can of course participate in those, which is a very, very lucrative source of income. The Tranont Life commissions, and that of course is the ability to split the commissions. Promotional trips and incentives, as you see there, and then any sort of retail customer acquisition bonuses, which is basically where you are selling just the individual products. Like let's just say you have a grandma that really likes the Tranont Defend program and is really passionate about identity theft coverage, but doesn't want the entire membership and doesn't want all of the benefits of Tranont. Maybe they just want Defend. You can still make money off just that alone. So down here at the bottom is the compensation details. And once again, I encourage everyone to come to this page under Tranont.com Profit Compensation Plan and read through this page here. But we're going to go over it, do a quick overview of this compensation plan so that some of this terminology can help make sense, because I know that the first time we ever looked at a compensation plan years ago, it was like reading a foreign language. So sometimes it can be very confusing, but once you understand some of the basic terminology, you'll understand just how simple it really is. And so this compensation plan is actually one of the more simple compensation plans that I've seen. And so once you understand it, it's something that's very straightforward, and I love the fact that it promotes all the right activity. That is one of our favorite things about this compensation plan. Some of the other compensation plans that we've seen, it just does not promote growth. And when a compensation plan doesn't promote growth, the company doesn't grow. When you're not motivated to grow, then the company doesn't grow. And so this compensation plan couldn't be better for encouraging growth, which is why this company is growing so fast and why it will continue to grow so fast. But I want to kind of break down on the left-hand side here, this compensation section, number 1, the compensation section that you see here on your screen. On the left there is your rank. Now, honestly, it doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot. That's just your rank with the company. If you go to get business cards and it asks for your title, then come up with, like I put on mine, Tranont Wealth Specialist is my title. Even though technically I am at a vice president rank, I just put, Tranont Wealth Specialist is my title, because if you put on there associate, by the time the business cards get to your, get in the mail, then you're going to be an executive or a financial consultant, or you're going to be at the one-star FC. So I would not personally use those titles or your ranks on your business cards. I would use something different on your business cards, but that's because you're going to be changing so quickly as you cruise up this compensation plan. So when you first come on board and you join Tranont, you are an associate, and that's because you don't have anybody on your team yet. And so that is your first rank. As you can see, the second rank is the executive. Now the executive is when you have 3. That is when we get the 3 for free. Now just to explain that, I know your membership is $115 a month, and we always say that you get your membership for free when you get 3 people. That is correct, because $15 of that monthly membership cost is for your website and for your back office tools. What I was just showing you a minute ago with the ability to do auto posts into your social media and being able to do drip campaigns, I mean, you're talking about like a constant contact and some of these other CRMs that are available that you get for $15, which is a complete steal. I have been paying up to $150 a month in the past when I was an insurance agent at Farm Bureau, tracking my customers, and this is even more powerful and even more up to date, and it is phenomenal. So for $15 a month, that's a complete, steal of a deal. And so that is what the $15 is for. The actual $100 is your membership. So as an executive, you are getting your $100, your $100 bonus, your $100 team bonus. Now, this team bonus that we're looking at here is basically your commission. So think of team bonus as just your bonus. That's your bonus every month. That's your commission that you get. So as you can see there, after you've got your 3 people, you are at an executive and you are getting that $100 bonus. Now, how do you know? Well, let's come over here to the ranked requirements on number 2. Over here on section 2, rank requirements, in order to be an executive, then you need 300 group volume. Now, group volume is the total volume that comes from your team. So if you get 3 people paying $100 a month, that is a total of $300, or 300 group volume. Now, 100 PV, or personal volume, is what you're paying. And I know to us it's $100. So a lot of people, here's the first thing to kind of explain about compensation plans that can be a little bit confusing, is everybody refers to PV, or personal volume, instead of dollars. And the reason is simple. To us, it's dollar for dollar. So if we are paying $100 a month for a membership, that is 100 PV, or personal volume. Now, the reason why we use PV instead of dollars is because of currencies. If we open up in Canada, or I should say when we open up in Canada, and when we open up in Australia and Europe and everywhere else across this world, then it's not going to be a dollar for dollar. It's not, somebody might have $110, but it might be 100 PV, or personal volume still. So personal volume is a universal language, or a universal currency, or a universal number for the way your commissions are based. So that's probably the most confusing when it comes to compensation plans, is how that works. And so PV is personal volume, and to us it's a dollar for dollar with the US dollar, but it's not for any other currency out there. So group volume of 300 means you have 3 people And as you can see here, that means that you've personally sponsored those 3. So it can't be that you sponsor 1 and then they get 2. So in the beginning here, to get your 3 for free, you have to be the one that personally sponsors those 3 people. And that would give you 300 in group volume. So second of all, if we come down here to the financial consultant, you are still going to get your $100 in team bonus, which covers the cost of your membership. But now is when they give you that $500 car bonus or the Jeep bonus. Now, if we look over here at that financial consultant, the way we get to that rank is by getting 1,200 in group volume. Now, that would be 12 people paying $100 a month for their membership. So 12 people that have $100 in personal volume equals a group volume of 1,200. So 12 people at $100 a month. However, as you can see here, only 3 of those have to be personally sponsored. That means that you recruit 3, and then those people recruit 3, and that gives you a total of 12. That would be 12 people in your group volume, or 1,200, total, 1,200 group volume, 12 people paying $100 a month. That's $1,200 in group volume, which makes you a financial consultant rank, which coming over here at that rank is where you get your compensation from. Okay. Now, I'll come back to this preferred contract percentage here in a minute at the end, but I just at this point want to focus on this residual aspect of it. Okay. Now, over here, the last thing I want to kind of point out to this is that the maximum leg percentage means that you basically can't have all of the volume coming from one leg. Only 65% can come from one leg. That means that you can't just get somebody who goes crazy and gets all of them. So you couldn't get 3 and have that, one of those 3 get the other 9. You need to kind of it has to be a little bit more spread out than that. And you can't just have one rock star that basically just, does it for you, and you get to reap the rewards. It has to be a little bit more spread out than that, and that's what that maximum leg percentage is. So you can only have 65% of that volume coming from one leg, and then the rest of it kind of has to be spread out towards, from to the other legs, your other people. So that kind of gives you an idea, and you can kind of see that continues to go. 1-star FC is 2,500, or in other words, 25 people. 25 people ends up giving you a 1-star FC, so 25 people ends up giving you now a $200 team bonus and a $500 car bonus, or in other words, in addition to getting your membership for free, and in addition to driving a free Jeep, now you're also getting $100 extra on top of all that to put gas in your Jeep for having the 25 people. Now, once again, you can have 25 people. They do not all have to be your personals. You still only have to get 3 people that are direct to you. And then as you can see, the maximum percentage goes down a little bit. And so, 60% now can come from that one leg. Maximum legs percentage is now 60%. So as you can see, it just keeps going up and up and up. Once you have 50 people, then of course you're 2-star FC, and at 50 people, you are looking at another, $200 on top of the $100 that's covering your membership and the $500 Jeep bonus. Now when you get to the SFC, or the Senior Financial Consultant, is where we come up with these pools. And so as you saw earlier, we talked about one of the ways that you can make money is in these pools. And so if you look here under the under these management pools, let's see here, let me scroll back up here. This management pool is basically a 4% pool that you get, and that's 4% of the company volume, and you get 1 share in that pool when you become an SFC, or Senior Financial Consultant. Now, the actual dollar amount is depending on how big that pool is. And this is where we all want to encourage each other, because the more the company does and the bigger the company gets, the bigger these pools get. And so you can get up to $700 in that pool with your one share of that pool. So you can get up to $700 extra in a bonus on top of the $500 for your Jeep and the $500 in commissions, which 100 of that you could say is going towards paying for your membership, and then of course 400 of that would be profit. So now you're looking at about $1,100, up to $1,100 extra a month for just the commissions and the bonus pools, not to mention of course the Jeep bonus, as well as at this point is when you kick in. Oh, by the way, this is when you have 75 people, because if you come look over here, that's 7,500 group volume, which is another way of looking at that is 75 people on a membership. Now, 4 of them have to be your personal people, direct to you, personally sponsored. So you can kind of see that's changing a little bit, and your maximum leg percentage is now 50%. So 50% of your volume, has to come from people outside of just one leg. You can't have that runaway leg. Okay. Now this is really cool, because at the SFC level, Senior Financial Consultant level, is when you start to get the life bonus. Now a lot of you, I want to just pause for a minute. A lot of you might be looking at this level here and thinking that 75 people is a lot of people. This is going viral. This is growing like crazy. So that is only 4 people that you introduced, and those 4 people went and talked to people and so on and so forth. So the thing that I love about this, the last compensation plan that we had, you really only got paid on 3 levels, and then you didn't get paid anymore. And this, it was a minimal amount, but it wasn't enough to make a difference. But the nice thing about this compensation plan is that there are no levels. This is as deep as you want to go, and so you could be 7, 8, 9, 10 levels deep and have the 75 people. So it doesn't take long to get the 75 people when you're not counting the different levels, and it just keeps going deeper and deeper and deeper, and the word of mouth just keeps spreading and getting deeper and deeper. That is not hard to end up with 75 people. Now I would argue that an extra $1,000 a month, that you're making here, well, a lot more than that. A car bonus, your team bonus, there's 1,000, and up to another 700 there. That's 1,700 plus a life bonus. In the years that I've been working with people's finances, I would say that an extra $1,000 a month will pretty much change anyone's life. And it could mean the cars they drive, it could mean the house they live in, it could mean the schools that they send their kids to, the colleges that their kids can go to. It could be a retirement, supplemental retirement to a lot of people. Social Security, that's $1,200 a month for Social Security is very common for people. And they worked their entire lives, just to put it into perspective, they worked their entire lives putting money into Social Security to get a $1,200 check, every month. So we are talking about very little effort, 75 people through word of mouth and having it grow, and you could be making some good money at this level here. And the thing that I love is this life bonus, that $100 a month. We of course love the life products at Tranont, and if you haven't had your own Tranont experience yet, and if you haven't seen why we love the life products so much and how they can help people with their finances by avoiding losses, and they have the floors and the caps, and you have the ability to also have the life insurance death benefit on top of that. And they're just an excellent investment vehicle, and of course the life insurance itself. So what I love about this is at this level they give you $100 a month towards your own life insurance policy. So as long as you have a life insurance policy with them, which of course everyone is going to probably have one long before they get to this level, and so they will just simply, as long as you already have one, they will simply kick in an extra $100 a month for you in a bonus into your monthly check. They will kick in that extra $100 that you can use towards, that life insurance policy. So it's basically like they're giving you $100 a month towards your retirement. Think of it like a company match, or like a little pension that they're starting to help build for you. And as you can see, of course, that bonus continues, and it can get all the way up to $500. Now, the next level that I want to jump ahead to and talk about is the vice president level. The vice president level is where everyone needs to be focused on. Everyone needs to be hyper-focused on the vice president level. And I know it seems like it would take a while, but believe it or not, it won't take as long as you think, because if you can be focused on sharing the opportunity on a consistent basis, and every single week you identify another 10 or 12 people that you can talk to, you would be surprised how fast it will get to this level. And at the vice president level, that is basically 1,200 people on a membership plan. So over here, to get to that vice president rank, you are looking at 1,200 people paying $100 a month for a total volume or group volume of 120,000. Now, 7 of those have to be personals, okay, direct to you, personally sponsored, and the maximum leg percentage is 40%. But once you get to that vice president level, this is where you get into the big money, basically. And that is because you not only get this first bonus pool we talked about, but now you get the second bonus pool as well. So 9% of the company volume goes into that pool, and you get 1, 2, 3, or 4 shares of that pool, depending on whether you're the vice president, senior vice president, president, or CEO. So if we look at just this vice president level, you are getting 10,000 in team bonus paid, paycheck every month, which basically means 10,000 in commission. So 10,000 every month in a team bonus. On top of that, your $500 car bonus, and you get up to 5,000 and up to 4,000 in these bonus pools. So you'll have maxed out the management pool at 4%, and your 5 shares of that 4%, which is up to 4,000. But then you also get the 5,000, up to 5,000 for the executive pool. That is literally up to about 20 grand worth of compensation. In fact, exactly 20 grand in compensation when you factor in your car bonus and your life bonus and your team bonus. So you are literally looking at a $20,000 a month residual, my favorite word in the English language, residual income. Now, this may be more than you currently need to be financially independent, but I've always loved the saying that money makes good people better and bad people worse. So if you're a good person, then think of all the good things you can do with an income like that. Now, this is not hard to do. 1,200 people. Ariane is the master at helping people build big teams. Now, yes, she's been a little out of commission lately with her surgery, but she will be the one primarily heading up these webinars, and she is the expert at recruiting and building big teams. In a jewelry company, she was able to build a team of about 3,000 people. There was about 2,500 of them active when she switched and came to Tranont. So 1,200 is not an insurmountable task, and we did that in a year and a half. It was about 18 months that jewelry company brought in over 3,000 people. Now think about that for a minute. We are talking about money. We are talking about the one thing that applies to everyone in this world. Not everyone wants to go out and hold jewelry parties. But if Ariane's in that company could find 3,000 people in 18 months that wanted to go and hold jewelry parties, there is no reason why you couldn't find at least that many people in the next year and a half with Tranont that want to take a more active role in their finances. And they don't even have to be actively out there holding parties. We don't hold parties. All we do is tell other people about our experience with Tranont, and the word spreads. And so the amount of time that it takes to make money at Tranont is a heck of a lot less as well. It just takes consistency, and it just takes your excitement and spreading the word on a regular basis. So 1,200 people is not hard to do. We have seen it done several times in this industry. That is the beauty of the network marketing industry, or the word of mouth advertising. And I'm going to stop here, but before I finish, I want to just talk about this preferred contract as kind of like a lead in to the next conversation that we'll have, and we'll probably do that like on a Thursday when we do our training for the licensed agents. And on Thursdays we will talk about, on one of these Thursdays coming up, we will talk about the compensation plan on the life side. But let me just mention this briefly. As you can see, the more people that you get on the membership side, and the more you move up the ranks on the membership side and on this residual side, the more commissions you get on splitting the life commissions, okay, and the licensed commissions, the annuities and things like that. So if you are driving a free Jeep, then you are now getting 40% of the commission. So let's just say that we write a case that pays out $10,000 in commissions. Well, half of that $10,000 would go to the side that referred the business, and the other would go to the side that wrote the business. So if you're on the side that referred the business, and you refer somebody to, let's say, myself, and it pays out 10,000 commissions, you would get your 40% of 5,000. So in the beginning, when you're just starting, you'd get 30% of the 5,000, and as you get into your Jeep, you'd get 40% of the 5,000, and 50, 60, and at the top 77, basically. So you would get up to 77% at a vice president level. You would get 77% of that 5,000. So that is why I said before you would make more money being hyper-focused on getting your Jeep than you would by just trying to get a license before we even have anybody to write business on. Because if you come on board and just go and get a license, and we're not meeting with anybody and we're not writing any business, then that does not make you as much money as if you got hyper-focused on getting that Jeep in your first 30 days. Then we have lots of people to talk to. And if we have lots of people to talk to, we have lots of people to write business on. So you can go crank out the license in a few days. You know, if you needed to cram and just knock it out in 4 or 5 days, you could do that. And the more people we get on the membership side of things, the more money that you're going to make on the life side of things. So I know we went a little bit over time, but I wanted to just give you that overview of this compensation plan. Obviously, you can go on to Tranont.com and you can click on compensation plan there, and you can read through all of this in detail. You can watch that video by Russ. Russ is the COO of the company, is one of the co-founders, and he did a great job on that video as well and going into this in detail. So this is just an overview. I just wanted you guys to see how important it is to be focused on the membership side of things. And the last thought that I want to leave you with is, even for us that are writing the business, the reason why, if you are more interested in writing the business and you're more interested than you are on the recruiting or marketing side of things, it still needs to be one in the same. They are not separate, because when we meet with somebody on the financial side of it and we get them excited about what they can do or what we can do with their money, and maybe we just helped them find a way to double their income in retirement. They are typically so excited about what it is that we are able to do to help them with their finances. It would not be smart if we didn't share the Tranont opportunity with them. That doesn't mean they have to go out and choose to do this as a career or make money at it, but everyone should see the value of taking a more active role in their finances. So instead of just meeting with a client once a year and doing an annual review, even our clients should see the value of a Tranont membership and taking a more active role in their finances. So if you referred someone, let's say it's a parent or somebody that you refer that you don't think would be interested in making money or joining Tranont, well, if we met with them as a client and we showed them what we could do with their finances, then it would be crazy for us to not at least explain how the membership works and how they could benefit from taking a more active role in their finances, because everyone needs the Tranont Defend product to protect their identity. Everyone needs the OneView program to be able to manage and track their finances. Everyone needs the education, because everyone I talk to agrees that they didn't get enough financial education growing up. So they don't have to join Tranont just to go out and make money. They can join Tranont because of what Tranont offers. So if you go and join a gym to try to get healthy, that doesn't mean you're required to go out and tell 10 other people to join that same gym. You just joined that gym because of what it could do for you, and what it could do for you and your health is well worth the cost of that membership. So I highly recommend that we don't try to separate our clients from our Tranont members, because a Tranont member is a client, and a client should be a Tranont member. They all should be one and the same because of the value that comes from having a Tranont membership. So with that being said, that of course is, even if you were focused on just writing business, you could cross-sell or talk to them about the membership, and that's another way to move up the preferred contract percentage as well. So anyway, hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully you can kind of see the different benefits and the different ways that you can make money. We will go through the rest of this later, which is the commission split side of it. But I wanted to just start with the residual side of it, and I wanted you to see how much money you can make. In the next year and a half, there's no reason why people couldn't be making 20 grand a month on a residual basis if you're teachable, because this is something you can learn. Ariane is probably one of the best. I've never seen anyone that's more effective than she is when it comes to recruiting and building big teams. And and you're talking about the same person that couldn't even call and order a pizza by herself when I met her. So this is all skills that can be learned. Even though she was shy and quiet, she has still learned how to be good at what she does. And so if you're teachable, you can learn. And there's no reason why we can't all have 1,200 people on our team within the next year and a half. And I truly believe that that's what we're going to be able to do. So go out there and let's make it happen. And we will be continuing to focus on how we're going to do that and how we're going to build these big teams on these webinars as we move forward. Ariane will be back in the saddle next week, and we'll be able to start talking about how to maximize social media, some scripting and what to say when we're talking to people. And we'll give you all of the tools, and we'll give you everything you need to be successful. But we just need you guys to stay plugged in, stay connected to all the trainings, and also take some initiative on your end and go out and look into some of these websites and some of the trainings that are already out there, and let's go make this happen. So with that being said, thank you much for your time. I appreciate all that you guys are doing, and please feel free to call either one of us anytime, and we will make sure that we are giving you all the resources and all the help that you need to be successful. So thanks again, and let's go and have a great week and knock it out of the park this week. Talk to you soon.